From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Sunday, November 15th, 2015. Silver is trading at $14.26 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,084 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $333. Antiwar.com reports German Foreign Affairs Minister Frank-Walter Steinmeier on Saturday announced that the latest Vienna talks on Syria have decided upon bringing opposition groups in immediately with an eye towards holding elections in Syria in 18 months. This, of course, was the exact proposal Russia was expected to offer at the talks, though Steinmeier did not offer any details to go along with the plan, and the question who will be allowed to run in the elections at the end is likely to be a major obstacle. Russia's plan, at least as described in the press, was for there to be full free elections with no restrictions, but this was immediately spurned by rebel factions as well as Saudi Arabia, who are demanding that President Assad be explicitly barred from running. The notion of elections at all still seems to be outside of the expectations of a lot of the rebels. However, as many seem to be operating on the assumption that they would simply be installed as a new government by the U.S. and its allies at some point, and have loudly opposed the idea of allowing materially anybody from existing government to remain. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. UPI reports the U.S. Supreme Court on Friday agreed to hear a challenge to a new Texas law that has dwindled the number of abortion clinics in the Lone Star State in what will be the High Court's first major abortion case in 8 years. The challenge takes on a Texas law passed in 2013 that has reduced the number of abortion providers in Texas from about 40 to about 10. The Texas law that has caused so many clinics to shut down mandates that abortion providers have the same standards as ambulatory surgical centers with certain requirements for equipment, staff, and infrastructure. The challengers to the law say it will delay or prevent thousands of women from obtaining abortions and lead some to resort to unsafe or illegal methods of ending an unwanted pregnancy. The challengers' brief states there would be no licensed abortion facilities west of San Antonio. Opponents to the Texas law say the regulations are unnecessary and expensive, and some say that they were designed to weed out abortion clinics. The brief in the case, Whole Woman's Health v. Cole, adds that women's access to high-quality, evidence-based abortion should not be limited by laws enacted under the guise of patient safety, but that, in fact, actually harm women's health. Proponents of the law say the provisions are necessary to ensure women's health and safety. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton believes the U.S. Supreme Court should not hear the case, saying the High Court is not qualified to become an ex officio medical board that determines national medical standards. You can support FPP Radio by joining the Fans program. Fans are friends, allies, and Numeri supporters. Fans help FPP afford to produce more original content. You can join the Fans program for as little as $3 per month through Patreon and get perks like ad-free versions of FPP Radio News and Peace, Love, Liberty Radio. To learn more or to join the Fans program, visit fans.fppradio.com. That's fans.fppradio.com. Reuters reports New York, Boston, and other cities in the United States bolstered security on Friday night after deadly gun and bomb attacks on civilians in Paris, but law enforcement officials said the beefed-up police presence was precautionary rather than a response to any specific threat. The New York Police Department said officers from its Counterterrorism Response Command and other special units were deployed in areas frequented by tourists and at the French consulate in Manhattan. The NYPD did not say how many extra officers were sent to guard the areas of concern, nor did it specify the areas where the extra officers were sent. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo said he directed state law enforcement officials to monitor the Paris situation for any implications for New York State and to remain in constant communication with their local and federal partners. Security has also been beefed up at National Basketball Association and National Football League games. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.